Here are 5 weird facts about ancient Persia. Number 5 is unheard of. Number 1, ancient Persians built yakhchals, massive dome-shaped structures, to store ice and food in the scorching desert heat. Number 2, Persians reportedly released cats into enemy lines, knowing Egyptians revered them and wouldn't harm them. Number 3, Persian kings' thrones were decorated with rare bird feathers to symbolize divine rule. Number 4, Persian soldiers wore brightly colored uniforms, a rare sight among ancient armies focused on camouflage. Number 5, instead of traditional burials, Zoroastrians placed bodies in towers of silence, where they were exposed to scavenger birds to avoid polluting the earth. Here are 5 weird facts about ancient Babylon. Number 5 is magical. Number 1. The legendary Hanging Gardens were said to be an engineering marvel, but their existence remains unconfirmed. Number 2. Babylonians crafted detailed star maps, some of which were surprisingly accurate for their time. Number 3. Babylonians wrote on clay tablets, creating some of the earliest libraries filled with thousands of texts on science, law, and magic. Number 4. People unable to pay debts could temporarily sell themselves or family members into slavery to settle what they owed. Number 5. Babylonians used elaborate rituals and potions to attract love or improve fertility, mixing magic with medicine. Here are 5 weird facts about the Huns. Number 5 is so interesting. Number 1. The Huns were expert horse riders and could shoot arrows with incredible accuracy while riding at full speed. Number 2. The Huns didn't build permanent cities or structures, living in portable tents and moving frequently. Number 3. The Huns used terrifying battle cries that were said to be so loud and frightening that they could demoralize their enemies before the fight even started. Number 4. The Huns were heavily involved in capturing and selling slaves, and they often enslaved people from conquered territories or raided villages. Number 5. The Huns were key in the fall of the Western Roman Empire, triggering a series of invasions that led to its collapse in 476 AD. Here are 5 weird facts about Native Americans. Number 5 is smart. Number 1. Some Native American tribes carved complex petroglyphs that may have been ancient maps or stories, but their exact meanings remain mysterious. Number 2. Tribes like the Wampanoag used shells as money for trade and ceremonial purposes. Number 3. The ancestral Puebloans built entire villages in cliffside caves, creating underground homes that stayed cool in summer and warm in winter. Number 4. Some tribes believed that souls of the departed crossed a rainbow bridge to the afterlife. Number 5. Nomadic tribes carried smoldering coals in animal skins to preserve fire when traveling, saving them from having to start a new fire. Here are 5 weird facts about ancient Korea. Number 5 is interesting. Number 1. Goguryeo warriors sometimes tattooed themselves with animal designs, believing the tattoos granted protection and strength in battle. Number 2. Shamanism was deeply rooted in ancient Korea, with shamans performing elaborate ceremonies to communicate with spirits or heal the sick. Number 3. During the Goryeo dynasty, kites were used not only for messages, but also to intimidate enemies by attaching fire or symbols of divine intervention. Number 4. Some rulers were believed to have submerged tombs or hidden burial sites, thought to protect their spirits from desecration. Number 5. In Korean mythology, humans descended from a bear that transformed into a woman after surviving 100 days in a cave, eating only garlic and mugwort. Here are 5 weird facts about the Mongolians. Number 5 is so cool. Number 1. Instead of marked graves, Mongolians often left their deceased in unmarked locations, allowing nature to reclaim them. Number 2. Mongolians tied messages to arrows and shot them into camps or villages. Number 3. During long journeys, they placed raw meat under their saddles to tenderize it with heat and motion, making it edible without cooking. Number 4. Mongolian children as young as 3 were trained to ride horses and sometimes participated in races spanning miles. Number 5. Mongolian women were known to give birth during military campaigns and return to riding and fighting shortly afterward.